Let's talk about something that works completely behind the scenes, an international standard that's all about making sure the results we rely on every single day are actually trustworthy. It's called ISO 17025.
I mean, really think about that for a second. A medical diagnosis that could change your life, a safety check on the food you eat, or the precision of a part in your car. We just assume the numbers are right. We put so much faith in those results. But what is it that actually guarantees they're accurate?
To really get why this standard is so important, let's just imagine for a moment what the world would look like without it. What happens when we can't be sure about the data we're given?
But without a common set of rules for what makes a lab competent, every single result becomes a question mark. You'd have total chaos. It would grind international trade to a halt and put public health and safety at huge risk. It would basically be a world built on guesswork.
And we're not just talking about some minor inconvenience here. No way. This means life-saving medicines could be developed using faulty data, environmental laws could become totally meaningless, products could fail in catastrophic ways. The bottom line is, bad data leads to really, really bad decisions with very real consequences for all of us.
So how does the world tackle such a huge problem of trust? Well, it turns out we do it with a single global rulebook for excellence.
And this right here, this is the solution. ISO/ISC 17025. It's the international standard that spells out exactly what a lab has to do to prove, without a doubt, that it can produce valid and reliable results every single time.
The standard itself says its whole point is to promote confidence. The best way to think about it is like the Michelin Guide, but for laboratories. Getting accredited to ISO 17025 is like earning a Michelin star. It's a symbol that's recognized all over the world for quality, for competence, and most importantly, for trust.
Okay, so let's get into the details. What does it actually take for a lab to earn this star? Well, it all boils down to following a very, very strict recipe for reliability.
First up, you have the foundational principles. Just like you'd expect from a good judge, a lab has to be completely impartial. Its results have to be objective, period. And of course, it has to guarantee confidentiality, because it's often dealing with really sensitive information. And the standard is crystal clear about this. Impartiality means zero commercial, financial, or any other kind of pressure that could compromise the results. That objectivity is absolutely non-negotiable. Okay, next, you've got to have the right ingredients. That means you need a great chef. In this case, competent, well-trained people. You need the right kitchen. That means suitable facilities where the environment is controlled. And of course, you need perfectly accurate tools, which means your equipment has to be precisely calibrated.
Now, this part is really cool. Metrological traceability. It sounds super complicated, but it's actually a pretty simple and powerful idea. It's basically an unbroken paper trail of calibrations. It proves that the measurement your instrument just made is directly linked step by step all the way back to a single global standard, like the official definition of a kilogram. It's the ultimate proof of accuracy.
So, you've got the best ingredients and the best tools, but you still have to follow the recipe perfectly, right? This means using scientifically proven methods, handling the things you're testing very carefully to avoid any mix-ups or contamination, constantly checking your work to make sure the results are valid, and then reporting everything clearly and accurately.
So what happens after a lab achieves all this and earns its star? How do you make sure that level of excellence is maintained day in and day out? That is where the management system comes into play. Clause 8 is all about this part. Think of it as the head chef or the restaurant manager. It's the system that makes sure the whole operation runs like a well-oiled machine. Everything from handling complaints and managing risks to always looking for ways to get better.
And what's neat is that the standard gives labs two ways to do this. With option A, they can build their own custom management system right from scratch. Or there's option B. If a lab is already using the famous ISO 9001 quality system, they can just build the technical stuff from 17025 right into the framework they already have.
Okay, so let's bring this all together. Let's talk about the final and most crucial point, how all of this connects back to our daily lives. Why does this really matter? Well, here's the big picture. When labs all around the globe are following the exact same high standard, their results can be accepted across borders, no questions asked. This is the very foundation of a safe, efficient global system. It's what makes smooth international trade possible, it's what enforces safety regulations, and it's what ensures scientific research is built on solid, valid data.
So, at the end of the day, ISO 17025 is so much more than just a dry technical document. It's really a shared language of quality. It's the global framework that builds the foundation of trust we need to have confidence in the data that literally shapes our world.
So the next time you see a test result, just take a second to remember this invisible framework of competence and trust that's working behind it. ISO 17005 is just one of many standards like this that make modern life possible. Which kind of leaves you with a final thought, doesn't it? What other unseen standards are out there right now ensuring your safety every single day?